What's going on, everybody? We are back. We're back. We
Once
are
again,
back. Yes, sir. Once again, we are back. Black and White Just Sports. I'm Pat,
I'm Dante.
and this is the newest episode. If you're watching, we're pretty much jumping right in. Couple things. I just got to mention the shit that did this again. You know what? Give me 1 second because my my phone's acting up. Our podcast didn't get started. Um, I'm gonna get this real quick.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we're good to go now. My bad. Okay, so just a quick couple things. Follow us on Facebook. We got the group Black and White Just Sports. We got the page Black and White Just Sports. The Instagram page Black and White Just Sports. The underscores are between every word, so you can figure that out. Go to YouTube. Watch the videos on YouTube. Like, subscribe on YouTube. We're on Anchor as podcast, Spotify. Um, there's a few more podcasts. I need to write them down or at least have them memorized by the time we go on because I do this every week. I can never remember all the podcasts. But we're on, check out Anchor if you got it, and at least Spotify for sure. Listen to us on there as well. I think did I forget anything? No, I think that's
Sounds
it.
about right.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, we need the support. Like the videos. Go to YouTube. Like them. Subscribe. Share. Share this, man. When we post it, repost it for us, man. We need likes. We need shares. We're just trying to get
Get it
out
out
there.
there,
We're trying to
people.
reach people, and the more friends that we have on social media that share this, reach out to people that we're not connected to. So we'll get out there, man. Share it for us. We appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start off with some big stuff that happened over this
Definitely
weekend.
big stuff that happened.
Rockets
Saturday
and
night,
Lakers. Rockets and Lakers. It got out of control at a certain point.
very out of control.
The game overall was pretty good.
Yeah,
I
the
think
game definitely was very good up until the last 5 minutes of the game. The game was close. The game was very interesting.
Yeah.
Once before the brawl happens, the Lakers was only down 1 point. It was 108, 109 before that brawl happened.
Like the Lakers ended up losing by
He was 114, yeah, about
Yeah,
8 or 9,
eight or
something
nine
like that.
points. So it doesn't look as close. I mean, 10 points isn't that much in the NBA.
It really ain't.
But it pretty much came down to the end where it got stretched out. But both teams up until this point, the Lakers,
They're 0-2.
they're 0-2. It's gonna take some
Yeah,
time.
it's gonna
for them.
take some time for the Lakers. I'm not even worried after 2 games. I mean, they'll be competitive in both games, so I mean, they'll get it together. But Houston, I mean, even though they beat the Lakers, I think the Rockets would be much more dangerous if Carmelo Anthony was in the starting lineup. I know some people may feel differently, but
I'm one of them.
James Ennis as your starting small forward, really? And you have Carmelo Anthony on your bench.
Listen,
I just think Houston would be much more dangerous if Melo was in the starting lineup.
I've said
That's
this.
just me.
I said this multiple times on here. Carmelo is going to make the Rockets worse. I think I've even dropped them in my rankings last episode. See if I can look back real quick. Yeah, I had them third in my rankings. They finished second last year.
Yeah, second.
I dropped them down because I think Melo's gonna hurt them. He kept talking that shit like I'm not coming off the bench. I'm not. Listen, Melo, you're finished. It is what it is.
Wow.
Your career's done.
He's so mean and cruel, man.
His career
to an awesome player, man.
I mean, he's been a good player throughout his career, but he's never led a team anywhere. He had two different occasions where he could have led a team: the Nuggets and the Knicks.
What do you want him to get to, a finals or a conference finals?
I mean, I want him to get out the first. Well,
he's got to a conference finals.
I won't even give him that because Chauncey Billups led that squad.
Believes that. When Melo averaged almost 30 that season.
Listen, Chauncey Billups was basically the leader of that.
Yeah, he was the leader because he was a veteran. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
That beat the superstar Lakers, the first super team that was ever built. Them Lakers that had Shaq, Kobe, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton.
Yeah, Karl Malone and Gary Payton were damn near 40 when they were not stars at the time. Those were over the hill players.
But yeah, I mean, Chauncey Billups led that team. He was the leader. I mean, you could probably ask anybody, ask the the professional media people ask anybody that watched Carmelo or not Carmelo, Chauncey Billups led that team. So Carmelo's had 2 opportunities now to lead teams, and he did nothing with the
You thought he
Knicks.
was going to lead the Knicks? Who did the Knicks have on their team that was worth leading?
They've had players,
Not
had
to a
players.
caliber where they can get somewhere.
Listen,
Especially when LeBron was in that Eastern Conference too. Who were they really going to beat?
I mean, I'm not comparing Kobe and Melo, but Kobe's done a lot more with a lot worse. So I'm just gonna put that out there. But yeah, so they the Rockets, man, I don't put him in the starting lineup. Shit, leave that man out.
It couldn't hurt him any worse than anything else. Might as well.
But big news. Besides the records, the game, like we said, overall was okay. We kind of thought the Rockets were going to win.
Yeah, I pretty much thought the Rockets were going to win.
Even though it was a home game for the Lakers, they're still not together. They got some.
I give them probably the first 15, 20 games, and we'll know who they really are.
I'll give them to the. This is a long time. I'll give them to the All-Star break. Honestly,
no, I ain't giving them that long. That's more than half the season.
Yeah,
they should know who they are before then.
That's a really young team. They got people that's I think.
I mean, yeah, they have the youngest team
they
in
starting
the league.
lineup is like.
I think they need to
25 and under besides LeBron. Well, who they fucking starting lineup?
They have Rondo at the one where he's suspended for 3 games. I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that's where we're about to jump into.
Caldwell Pope is their 3. I mean, he's not bad, but I mean they can do better than that. LeBron's the 4. They got Ingram is the 3, but he's suspended for 4 games. We're going to get into that again.
Rondo started or
Rondo's been starting. The ball been coming off the bench, and McGee's the 5. So
McGee is terrible. The worst.
Actually, McGee's been playing solid basketball. If you really look at how they've been playing, McGee's been playing very solid ball, especially against Houston. He was awesome against Houston. Every time he came out the game, Houston went to the basket at will. That was what was really hurting the Lakers. They didn't have any rebounders, any rim protection, or any of that. So McGee is actually benefiting from playing with the Lakers. You don't think so because you just looking at his name.
I mean, he's trash his whole career. But the biggest story of the whole entire game was that brawl that happened.
So far, honestly, for real. That brawl was just crazy, man.
Rondo and I think it started off with Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram pushed James Harden after a foul call.
Yeah, Ingram got fouled, right?
Yeah.
And then pushed Harden. And then they took Ingram out the picture. And then Rondo and CP3 started chatting. And CP3 drops his hands to the side looking like he wants to work, but doesn't want to work because they, in the NBA. And then something happens where this man pokes Rondo in the face, and Rondo just splits the fuck out of CP3.
Supposedly, what I heard, and then I'm going to get into what I seen with my own 2 eyes. Chris Paul was saying that Rondo spit on him. Now, initially, when I watched several replays and videos, I didn't see any of that. So I'm thinking Chris Paul's just talking to save face, to save his own ass. But then I seen more videos come out from ESPN and Bleacher Report and all that. Rondo actually did give it was a tiny little bit of spit. It wasn't like he hawked back and did a gigantic swab of spit on him, but you could see the tiny little bit of spit come out his mouth and land on Chris Paul's chin. So that must have provoked Chris Paul from doing the little poking face thing, which made Rondo split his wig, which I would have did the same thing. Somebody put their face in my hand like that and actually pushed me. So I don't blame Rondo for that at all. But then Ingram coming in, blindsiding Chris Paul with another jab, man. Like Chris Paul took a couple L's that day, even though he did get a nice uppercut in on Rondo too. So I mean, but that brawl, all in all, was just crazy. Rondo got suspended for 3 games. Ingram got suspended for 4 games, and Chris Paul got suspended for 2 games. He got the lesser of the sentence. How Ingram got the most of the sentence, I will never know when he only threw 1 punch.
Well,
so I mean, I guess maybe because he started it with the push is why he got the most of the games, but because that's his first incident ever been in trouble. So I don't know how he got the bulk of the suspension when it should have been Rondo and Chris Paul, but be that as it may, so that brawl was definitely a crazy situation.
So I'll start off with the whole spitting incident. I seen some videos that are like zoomed in to Chris Paul and Rondo when the altercation, right before the altercation happened. It looks like Rondo had some spit fly out. It didn't look completely
Right. If
intentional.
you don't
It looked
actually
like
look real close,
I
you're
mean,
really not gonna see it.
anybody that knows just either play sports and talk shit or just talk shit to somebody. Sometimes some spit builds up
Right, and
and
it
it
just
comes
comes
out.
out
That's
in
kind of what it
talking.
looked like
Right,
to me.
right.
So was it intentional? I don't know. I really don't think so.
Hey, I don't either,
Um,
honestly.
but I mean, Rondo seemed to be like a little bit of a screw loose since he's been back with the Celtics. So CP3, you poke another man in the face, you actually
Yeah, you
do it.
asking for it, and
Like,
you didn't just poke him and put your hand on his face. You actually pushed this man's whole face.
so yeah, he pokes him. Rondo splits him. Reminded me of who was it?
Do not say what I think you about to say. Do not
You know
disrespect this
where
man
was it?
without my. Do
Chris
not
Childs, Kobe
disrespect
Bryant?
that man like that.
Yeah,
Do not
baby.
disrespect the Mamba like that, man.
Remind me of
That was the highlight of Chris Child's
man, remind me
career.
of that. Chris Childs.
That was the highlight of his
lit
entire
Kobe.
career.
Man, whoop Kobe's ass. But
Yeah,
anyway,
all right.
back to this game.
Sorry.
Back to this game. Yeah, man. You put your finger in anybody's face,
Yeah, you
man. That's,
asking for some
you
problems.
asking for it. So yeah. So Rondo split him. Looked like CP3 man got a couple shots in, but it wasn't like
Yeah, it wasn't
clean.
nowhere near right. Rondo's was clean. The first two punches, Rondo's
the
was
reason
clean.
why you saying like you don't understand why Ingram got suspended most. Ingram was away from the play, ran up and then trying to steal on somebody.
He actually did hit Chris Paul. Like
when I
he
watched
stuck Chris
it, it
Paul.
didn't look like he got anybody. Like it looked like he tried to get Chris Paul, but it looked like he may even had hit PJ Tucker. But
I hopefully Ingram will learn.
I think
from this.
that's why he
young.
got. I think that's why he got the most because he was out the whole situation and came back and tried to hit somebody.
And what a lot of people didn't see was, I know it's LA and I know it's a lot of gangs and all of that, the Bloods out there, the Crips, the SAs. Nipsey Hussle's when it altercation was going in, the rapper Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He stood up and was about to walk on the court like he wanted some problems. Because everyone knows he's a Blood. I think he's a Blood. So I guess he sticks up for LA and the Lakers. So like they showed the video, like he's in the crowd with in the front row, right where the benches are. And when the altercation happened, he stood up with his Lakers jersey on, looked like he was about to run on the court and want some wreck with anybody.
First of all, Nipsey Hussle about big as my pinky, man. He don't want no problem.
Is a good dude though, man. He might want some of that smoke, man.
He don't want no smoke with any of them NBA players. One thing I gotta mention real quick that I took out of it is I think back to the first game. Who did the Lakers play first? Portland.
Yeah, Portland, right.
I think Kuzma got knocked down on the foul, and LeBron ran up like, hey, don't get up, and then had to huddle. Hey, when one of your brothers is knocked down, we'll pick him up. Number one, I mean, I understand he's a vet, 16 years in the game. He's not going to get in these little altercations, scrumbles. But at the end of the day, like, his team was working, and then instead of talking to them, he goes and grabs
Chris Paul, right.
I mean, I know that like
his best friend,
the banana boat
right.
boys or whatever they cool outside, but this man grabs CP3, puts his arm around him,
and
walks away, talks him right. You just
never
you
did see him go to Ingram at all.
Never
or Rondo.
Yeah, you preach to this like brothers pick up your brother when you get fouled, but you left your whole team behind for this guy, which makes me think. Still, I think I've mentioned a couple times. I don't think LeBron is about the Lakers at all, for real. I think he's about the Hollywood life at this point. His career is coming to a close. I still think they'll, fight for a championship. I still think LeBron will bring a ring to LA. It's going to be tough, but I think it will happen. But I don't think this man is about basketball as much as he used to be.
He definitely has a change of heart being out there in that.
Yeah, like I know it's a whole new crew. It's a whole new team, people he's never played with. But I don't think he cares about this team. I don't think he really cares about the Lakers or basketball at this point. Like he's producing movies,
right? Yeah, you can definitely tell he's setting himself up for life after basketball. You can tell with it, like you see, like Pat said, with the HBO barbershop thing and producing movies and stuff now, and all kind of commercials everywhere, all over the place. So yeah, he's definitely positioned himself for life after basketball, which I don't blame the man for. But
yeah, of course not.
Still got to be focused on your job on the court too. So like Pat said, he doesn't seem like he's kind of engaged just quite yet.
Don't preach to your teammates like let's have each other's back, and then when something happens,
you ain't nowhere to be
don't.
found, right?
So it got crazy. We'll stick with the NBA for a little bit more. We're gonna talk about the Cavs real quick. There's not a lot.
They are
Not a
garbage.
lot to talk
I don't
about.
expect the Cavs to do much this season at all. The Cavs just lost to the sorry Atlanta Hawks by double
Yeah.
digits. The Hawks literally have not one player on their team that anyone probably can name other than Trey Young.
They got Vince Sanity,
So
man. Come on,
come on,
now.
man. A 45-year-old Vince Carter.
They still
Now,
got
no
Blakemore.
disrespect to Vince. He's a Hall of Famer.
Blakemore got game.
But yeah, Bazemore.
Did I
But
say
Bazemore, yeah. But the Falcons, I mean, not the Falcons, the Hawks are trash. They're going to be a lottery team just like the Cavs are. But yeah, the Cavs look like ass. Kevin
Yeah.
Love is doing all he can. But when you look at the Cavs roster from top to bottom, they don't have any honest talent for real. Like, they got a couple okay pieces, but they don't have anyone on their team that just wows you or puts fear in any other team. Like, there'll be a 30-win team if that. They'll be around 30 wins for the season. Cavs are done.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking that they'll be like a 7th, 8th seed in the East to start the season off. It's really early. I don't want to like.
It is early, but the way they've looked the first 3 games,
I just look at the score: 133 to 111.
They lost
Yeah,
by 20 points to the Atlanta Hawks. 20 points.
I don't want to count them out just yet, but I don't at this point. Watching 3 games, like I said, very early. We'll see what happens.
No rim protection, no true point guard.
I don't. Speaking of point guard, I don't know why Sexton is coming.
Right, Sexton needs to be starting. George Hill's finished, man. They need to
like
let Sexton start. You can't be any worse than what you are letting Sexton start. So I don't understand it, but whatever.
Yeah, the Cavs. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Not at all. Not at all.
It doesn't look good. Kevin Love, like you said, Kevin Love is doing what he can, but he's not. He can't carry Minnesota.
Team, right? So what makes you think he's going to lead the Cavs?
So yeah, it's
in a much better Eastern Conference now.
Yeah, they're probably finished, man. Everyone said they should try to tank to get that the pick
they don't
from
have
Atlanta.
to tank. They're going to be a lottery team anyway.
Raptors, you said they were like 4th. They're undefeated right now.
Yeah, the Raptors look very dangerous
like
right now. 3-0.
Great. Yeah, 3-0, top of the East. Like I said, still early. But man, they look good.
Yeah, right now, the Raptors look real good. I swallow my words on that. The Raptors right now look like a problem for Milwaukee too. Milwaukee, I think, is undefeated. I think they're 3-0. No, Giannis is putting up amazing numbers. Giannis is averaging close to 30 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. I told y'all, Giannis is
arguably undefeated.
Yeah, the Bucks are 2-0. The Bucks, the first few games, the Bucks look very interesting right now. So with Giannis leading the charge, man, Giannis is going to be an MVP candidate this year. Mark my words. He will be a top 5 MVP candidate this year, especially if the Bucks be a top 4 seed. They're tied for first right now with the Raptors because they're both undefeated.
Let's see, Celtics, Phillies. We mentioned in our top 5. They're about where we thought we are. They both got a loss. They both look all right.
We both know by the end of the season, both of them be 1, 2, or 3. So I mean, it's no question.
The Warriors.
You know they're not going to lose. They're playing right now as we speak against Denver. So we'll see how that goes.
Denver looking all right too, man.
That comeback that the Warriors had the other night against the Utah Jazz that a lot of people are high on. The Jazz were up double digits in the 4th quarter. The Warriors made a surging charge at the end and came all the way back and won the game by 1 from a tip from Javerko at the end of the game. So, I mean, but Steph is averaging 30. Durant's averaging 28. So, I mean, Clay ain't found his shot yet, but we know that's coming. Draymond does what Draymond does. So, the Warriors are clearly still the best team in the league. No questions about that.
And then me personally, because I'm a fan, I wanted to mention the Knicks. I think I had them a close 5th or a 6th in my rankings. They're 1 and 2 right now. They had a couple losses. Yesterday, Knox got injured, and
Knox looks like a solid rookie right now.
He looks real good.
Knox looks real good. Solid wing player.
But one thing I want to mention is them damn fucking Pumas, man. I don't understand how so many players are playing with these damn Pumas. I really don't know how a lot of NBA players play with these. Well, I do know they play with low tops, but if you ever play sports,
that was a no-no when we were growing up.
Not even that, but if you play sports, football, basketball, you most likely got your ankles taped before the game
or covered,
or you had the ankle braces. I know a couple people wore ankle braces as well. But if you look at them, their fucking ankles are wrapped tight as shit. But these fucking Pumas look terrible to hoop in, and he looked like he tweaked his ankle yesterday off them stupid shoes. So we'll see what happens. They're 1-2 right now. Like I said, I gotta wait till Porzingis comes back to see what they're really about. Um,
Canner looks like a problem.
Cantor, I mean, he always
Cantor
does
is
his
a
thing,
solid player.
but I'm trying to think of his name, the dude that comes off the bench now. Uh, Give me a second here. I'm sorry, I can't.
Players.
What is his name? Players, yeah. Give me a second here. Oh, such a blank. This can't be the updated thing. This is
Yes, it
definitely
is.
not the roster. Oh, Tier, yeah. He's looking like a problem coming off the bench. Six man of the year. Look out for him. But yeah, we'll see what happens with them. We'll jump in real quick. College football. Oh, State goes down to
Badly, badly
fucking Purdue
to an
man.
unranked team, and you
That
lose
shit's
by 30
ridiculous.
points. 30. It
Like
wasn't a close game. It
not
wasn't
at all.
a competitive game. Purdue punched him in the mouth and kept on punching him the entire game.
This shit
Ohio
got
State stood no chance in that game from start to finish. And I don't know what the hell the problem was.
man, it's
I have not seen Ohio State look that bad in years.
it was
Years.
terrible.
That was
dog.
terrible. They couldn't run. They couldn't pass. They couldn't stop the run or the pass. Their defense looked terrible. You let the Purdue Boilermakers score 50 points, 49 points.
Yeah,
Really, 49 points? That's 7 touchdowns. That's terrible.
yeah. Overall, like Ohio State just looked bad the whole game. They're out the top 10. I didn't think they would
Now
drop
that is one
that
thing
far.
I'm highly upset about.
I know you wanted to touch on that a little bit. They're number 11
That's
in the
pathetic.
AP top 25. The coaches
They-
poll had them at number 9.
That I expected them if they once they lost to be probably around 10-9 or 10-8 somewhere around there, but 11. You number 2 team and you lose and you're not even in the top 10 anymore. When Georgia was lost, when they were a number 2 seed, just like Ohio State, they still were what 7th or 8th ranked. But Ohio State loses and they get bumped all the way down to 11. There's no way in hell you can tell me right now that there's 10 or 11 teams better than Ohio State in the country right now. It's just not.
The only thing with Georgia was 2 when they lost to LSU. LSU was ranked 13, I believe. So that's
That
Purdue
definitely made
was
more
not
even
ranked
right.
at all. But still,
That's
I know
tough,
they're
man.
not ranked, but man, I give them 10 at least, man. You can't drop
Right,
them
yeah,
9
drop them out
spots.
the top 10. That's ridiculous, man.
I
and
think,
And them being that low, I don't even see them getting back into the playoff race at all.
yeah,
Their
it's-
playoff hopes are pretty much done. For them to climb back 8 spots just to get back to number 4, when you still got Georgia, Texas, Michigan, Clemson, like all those other teams that only got 1 loss or haven't even lost, it's still 4 teams ahead of Ohio State that haven't even lost a game yet. So it's Ohio State playoff hopes might kind of be done.
yeah, man.
I hate to say that, but because it ain't even gonna really seem like a playoff without Ohio State in it, but they're not gonna make a playoff unless something drastic happens right now.
Yeah, I think that Ohio State's done. The playoffs are done. To drop to 11 at this point
Right,
in the
at
season,
this point, half of the year and they're 11.
you need like
They would have to win out and hope at
basically
least every
everybody
other team
to
ahead of them
lose in the
loses a
top
game
10.
or 2.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's definitely not gonna happen.
Their playoff
Yeah,
their
their
playoff
hopes
run
are
is done
done.
this year. They started off rough when Urban got suspended, but I mean they stay undefeated up until today, so it wasn't that bad. But
And it always seems like Ohio State teams, not even just this year, like they always rise to the occasion against the ranked teams when they play. But when they play the little mediocre teams, it's like they always struggle. I don't know why they play down to their competition like that, or if it's just a mindset thing or what. But Ohio State needs to stop doing that. They need to play with the same intensity against the ranked teams and good teams they do against the teams that aren't ranked or aren't that good.
I don't think the Browns secondary was that good, or not the Browns. I'm sorry, the Ohio State secondary. I don't think they're that good, and they got tore up. The
They
whole
got torched.
defense got destroyed.
That dude Moore from Purdue was eating them alive the entire game, and their running back. I forgot their running back name, but he had over 100 yards rushing. So it was just terrible all the way around. Ohio State needs to get it together. They can't lose another game, definitely.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter.
Right, it really doesn't matter.
They're just playing for some
They
type of bowl
basically
game.
just have to win out,
Uh,
and they need to win out in blowout fashions every week.
At this point, they might not even beat Michigan, but Michigan hasn't won in like 15 years.
Michigan's
anyway,
ranked
so
number 6 right now.
Yeah.
Michigan looks like a problem.
Yeah.
Michigan looks like they can beat anybody right now.
That's actually going to be a good game.
Right, if Ohio State can
Michigan
beat-
is 5.
If Ohio State can beat, if Michigan stays that high ranked and Ohio State can beat them, maybe it'll salvage some of their season depending on who else loses. But right now
See,
it's looking real bleak.
This one needs to
Real
happen.
bleak.
Michigan needs to lose to Ohio State, and
Georgia definitely needs to lose.
I
again.
think who's ahead of them? Florida, Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas are all, and UCF. I don't know. I mean,
Florida.
I wouldn't even give UCF
Yeah,
the
I
top
think they
10.
can
I don't
right.
think they play enough people. But I think all those teams, Florida, Oklahoma, Georgia, and Texas, which all have one loss as well. I think they all need to
lose a game,
At
maybe
least-
even 2.
I won't say all of them. I think at least most of them need to
They would
lose.
at least one more game, right.
Ohio State needs to beat
Needs to
Michigan.
win out. Ohio State
But-
can't lose another game.
I think the playoffs are done, man. It's-
Pretty much, I agree. Right now, it's just bleak. I don't see. Like I said, unless something drastic happens, Ohio State's pretty much out of the playoff hunt right now.
I had mentioned the Browns by accident, but we're gonna jump into them because they had another exciting game,
Another overtime.
another overtime,
4th overtime game.
fourth
this
of
season.
the year. I looked it up. The record for overtime games in a season are 5. The 83 Packers and the 03 Panthers had 5. They
Browns
tied
are already at 4 in 7 games.
6 games.
This is week 7.
Is it week 7? The Browns are.
The Browns haven't had a bye week yet.
The
But
Browns are
it's
2
week
4
7.
1. Oh yeah, that is 7. I'm sorry, 7 because I wasn't counting. this
Right,
week.
right. 7 games they played
7 games
4
they played
overtimes,
That's ridiculous.
and
Like,
they lost 2.
what the hell?
Come on,
they
Browns,
need to
man.
be-
Y'all got to get it together.
As a stupid, corny joke, they need to be called the Cleveland Overtimers right now because that's all they're fucking playing
Right.
is overtime games. A lot of people still hating on Baker.
I don't know why. It's not his fault.
I think he did get a slow start in the first half.
But the way he played in the second
Um,
half showed me something.
Yeah.
Because I thought the game was over.
I thought the game.
Tampa Bay was winning. Wasn't it 23-6 or something like that? It was 23-6, I think it was. I thought the game was over. Baker scored 17 points in the second half. He drove up and down the field the second half. Fourth quarter, he was slinging it. Was driving, made an awesome 30-yard run to set everything up. Baker Mayfield is an energizer. He's a leader. He takes chances. He's accurate. He's definitely the much better quarterback out of the Browns roster. Y'all can stop saying this. Well, y'all still think Baker's the answer? Yes, Baker's the answer. You can clearly see how much better the Browns team looks as a whole, defense and offense, with Baker under the center. Much better than when Tyrod was playing, even though they won a game when Tyrod was playing, but still.
Absolutely.
The Browns look way better with Baker under the helm, man. Stop saying that Tyrod is still should be. No, he shouldn't. They made the right decision, and they did it at the right time.
Yeah. I've heard a couple people start talking about is Baker really the answer? Should they have stuck with Tyrod? The first thing, Baker for us is the answer. Tyrod never was. They shouldn't have stuck with him. He started off rocky in the first half. I mean, he couldn't get much going. But, I mean, you look at these receivers, man. Besides Jarvis Landry, he really doesn't have much.
Nothing. They definitely clearly need another receiver badly.
And
Very badly.
Njoku looks like a solid tight end, but I swear he has about 2-3 drops a game, and it's pissing me off. I don't understand what the hell is wrong with this guy. It looks like a lot of things he's trying to catch in his chest. He's not catching with his hands. But he seems to be dropping a lot.
I appreciate you, Njoku. You gave me 15 points in my fantasy
Yeah,
league.
shout out to Njoku. I got.
That's your
I think
second week in a
14
row scoring a touchdown.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
Yeah, 14, 15 in my fantasy league as well.
Just
so,
be a little bit better with catching. Like Pat said, he does drop some balls here and there. Just be a little bit better.
But yeah, I think Baker's the answer, man. He had the game-winning drive, like you said. That was it, 30-yard.
Yeah, that was about a
30-yard
30-yard run.
was nasty. When he got hit, and what pissed me off is the ref said that they didn't call a flag because he wasn't in the sliding motion. You look at the replay; he's obviously sliding when he got hit by the Buccaneers defender. They didn't call it, but what I liked is Baker got up
and got in the
hype,
right,
man.
very hype, and that was a third down play. I think he made
He
that
got
run on.
up.
That was a third down.
And Baker was Baker at that point because he got up and got in dude's face and
I
let
love
him
the
know.
passion he
And
plays with.
I think that got Baker going because he led that comeback drive too. So Baker's the answer, man. At this point, it's just so many questions. Is the offense the problem? Is the defense the problem? Are the coaches the problem? Who's to blame at this point? And
I would say everyone gets a piece of the blame. Like, you can't just put it all on one player or one thing. Like, the defense, the first few weeks was awesome, but the past couple of weeks, the Browns' defense has definitely been giving up
today
a lot of points. I mean, today
they
really wasn't
had
that bad.
They had some points, but they had 4 turnovers.
Right, and the Browns still are forcing turnovers. They're getting 3 turnovers, but they can't convert. They can't do nothing with it.
They actually lead the league.
They still lead the league in takeaways.
Yeah, if I saw the stat come up,
they just had 3 more today.
They lead the league in takeaways.
Winston threw 2 interceptions, and they had a forced fumble that they recovered. So the Browns can get forced turnovers, but they can't ever convert. They either get a field goal or they 3 and out. So they need to start getting in the end zone. Like I said, the offense is definitely the offense, I think, is 50 part of the problem. They need another receiver. Because if you double Landry, they pretty much, Baker's just a sitting duck back there, basically. Y'all keep saying he needs to get rid of the ball. He can't get rid of the ball if no one's getting open. What is he supposed to do?
Right.
Callaway isn't. He doesn't look like much to me right now. He just doesn't.
He looked like a flash in the pan. He had the big play back
against the Steelers and with that long throw.
We went with Tyrod or we
right.
When he cut like
that was it. Ever since then, he hasn't done nothing.
I don't know. He's not done much. I think what hurts Baker right now is Higgins is done for the season. I think that was his go-to guy.
Yeah, they definitely had a rapport.
They definitely
Higgins was a solid receiver.
Hollywood Higgins looked like a man.
Yeah, Higgins was solid, but the Browns definitely need another receiver. Yeah, the defense need to tighten up a little bit. Last couple of games, but Browns are much more competitive. You can tell the Browns are a much better team.
Oh, hold on. Come on.
Cancel. Click cancel. We good.
All right. Hold on. Change it. Okay.
Cancel it.
All right. Sorry, people. Something popped up. It looked like we got logged out, but we good. We're still here.
Just keep hitting. Yeah, cancel.
All right. Again, bear with us. Shit happens. Technical difficulties,
but the Browns